Today, the 2023 Riverside County Homeless Point in Time Count was presented to the Board of Supervisors. As we reported, this year there was a 12% overall increase in the homeless from last year. So what are we seeing here in the Coachella Valley and what needs to happen? I spoke today with the Deputy Director of Riverside County Housing and Workforce Solutions, Greg Rodriguez.
Greg, we already know the numbers and they're not good. A 12% increase in homelessness since last year. So why do you think that is? And more importantly, what needs to be done about it?
Yeah, I think, you're seeing this across the state, Peter, the increases. And comparatively, though, to San Bernardino County, that had a 26% increase. We're still waiting for LA and San Diego's, which we anticipate will be higher than ours. We're actually seeing a flattening of our curve, too. We only had basically a 3% growth rate over the last count. So we are seeing some encouraging things, although 12% is still troublesome for us. It's a lot of different reasons. The basic top three reasons were family dissolution or family breakup, economic insecurity, primarily low wages, as well as a loss of employment. Additionally, we know that through the COVID epidemic, a lot of individuals were selling houses, which tightened up the rental market. We haven't built the sufficient supply of affordable housing in decades. This is a decades-long problem over behavioral health and substance use treatment. So there is a variety of reasons. To your point on how we move forward and how we solve this, the county, in my opinion, and is recognized statewide, is really taking the lead in this state about, especially over the last 2 to 3 years, in developing a really solid infrastructure of both physical capital and human capital in establishing a foundation to address this. So we'd go about it through a system-wide approach in Riverside County through prevention methods, hopefully preventing people from falling into homelessness. But once they do, it's making sure we're doing sufficient outreach, transitional housing, and then permanent housing with supportive services wrapped around that.
Is it concerning to you that right now here in the Coachella Valley, there are no overnight shelter beds in the Palm Springs area specifically? There is the Coachella Valley Rescue Mission in the East Valley, but that's it.
Yeah, as well as Martha's. And it has been a concern of mine for years. And so 5 years ago, I had this vision of a navigation center. It's basically the kind of modern version of a shelter. Luckily, believe it or not, through the COVID epidemic, we got some sufficient resources from the federal and state government. So we are underway right now in building that navigation center in Palm Springs. There will be an element of shelter beds in one of the buildings, as well as 80 transitional units of housing with full wraparound services. So it is concerning. Unfortunately, Peter, it's not something you can pop up overnight. And as I said in the past, we just haven't had the resources to do that. But the partnership, the county, and a huge kudos to the city of Palm Springs for their partnership as well. And that is underway. And we'll make a significant dent in that problem in the west part of the valley.
I'm curious, Greg, we've done a lot of stories on fentanyl and the growing abuse of drugs and the concerns that people have. How much does that play into this?
It's playing a huge role. And that's what anecdotally and actually realistically through the point in time count, especially in the city of Palm Springs, we're seeing a younger population with huge addiction problems. And most of that now is either methamphetamines or fentanyl as well. The county has embarked on a really aggressive fentanyl, not only awareness campaign, but even targeted enforcement for those that are selling and distributing. And hopefully that will trickle down. And I know in partnership with the city of Palm Springs Police Department, as well as other Valley cities and their police departments and the sheriff, we're really trying to address that. But it is a serious, significant problem, not just among the homeless community, Peter, but also in our youth and those that are housed as well.
All right, Greg, we appreciate your time. Thanks so much.
My pleasure, Peter. Thank you so much.